We'll be dissecting the appearance of the Gerudo, the Hylian Shield, Impa, the Deku Tree, 2 types of Zora, Sheikah Symbols, and Ganon's Trident. But first, a quick 24-second message from our sponsor. You Got Game presents Trivia Night for Magic the Gathering, a fully virtual public trivia where you can win different prizes. I'll link the Discord below so you can check what Trivia Night is up next. As of now, the next one will be held Monday, August 19th at 7:30 p.m. EST. You Got Game will eventually be holding Trivia Nights for Pokemon as well. Not to mention, I just might be a narrator for one of these Trivia Nights down the road. Anyway, here's the video. The recent Nintendo Direct didn't just showcase an online 4 swords and the return of Wii Sports Basketball, baby, swish, but a brand new Zelda. Okay, we know this is Hyrule, and specifically the Link to the Past / A Link Between Worlds iteration of Hyrule, as Eastern Palace is seen to the right, but it's not a one-to-one rendition of that Hyrule, as there are plenty of new areas, and Death Mountain isn't at the most northern peak as it was in A Link to the Past. Nonetheless, where in the Downfall timeline does this story land? After A Link to the Past? Succeeding Link's Awakening, as it has the same exact art style? Or could it even be in another reality entirely? Let's dive into the evidence for each prospect. What's up, my homies? It's Edible Incredible. And today, I've never stood up in voice before. This might be the move. Let's discuss Echoes of Wisdom's potential timeline placement. But first and foremost, as it states in Hyrule Historia, at the start of Link's Awakening, Link was in the midst of journeying back to Hyrule by boat after finishing his training. Even though it also states at the end of the Link's Awakening section, he set sail on another voyage, and his further whereabouts are unknown. It is known that he does in fact return to Hyrule, since the most updated timeline on Nintendo's website lists Link's Awakening coming before the Oracle games. And we know Link in the Oracle games is the same Link as the Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. Link, the boy who saved the land of Hyrule, was guided by the Triforce in Hyrule Castle and transported to the unfamiliar soil of Holodrum. Crazy how many adventures that this Link has went on. How many different parallel worlds that he's witnessed. Echoes of Wisdom will go down as his 4th adventure. Interestingly, this Link carries a Hylian Shield. The Hylian Shield is not spotted in the Downfall timeline, except in the remake of Link's Awakening, and in A Link Between Worlds, but that comes much later in the timeline, as that is a separate incarnation of the hero. But once Link wakes to start the Link's Awakening remake, Terran gives Link the shield that he lost, aka the Hylian Shield. Terran even says he knew it was his because Link's name was written on it. But as we know, spoiler for Link's Awakening, it takes place in a dream world summoned by the Windfish. So once this world vanished, did all the items Link collect on the way also vanish? Did Link ever actually have the Hylian Shield? Or was that dreamt of as well? This Link never carried one in A Link to the Past, nor the Oracle games. Is Echoes of Wisdom also going to be a dream? Or did Link find the Hylian Shield prior to getting swept away, and the Windfish was simply giving Link back what was his? In the opening scene of Link's Awakening, Link is shown without any shield, and in the final cutscene, he wakes up without any shield as well. This makes me believe the Hylian Shield was also dreamt of, and Link simply found it prior to Echoes of Wisdom. But who knows? Anyway, let's get to some juicier stuff. The beast form Ganon that is seen directly compares to the Ganon we fight at the end of A Link to the Past. He even has the same skull necklace. This is the same Ganon seen at the end of the Oracle games, confirming if there was any doubt that this game falls in the Downfall era. Right? Well, the Gerudo are supposed to be extinct or exiled in this timeline, as they have not appeared in any Downfall timeline installment. Same for the adult timeline. Weirdly enough, a Gerudo is seen in Echoes of Wisdom, which would make one wonder, how the hell would they just re-emerge after Link's Awakening? Well, if we take a look at the child timeline, they did just that in 4 Swords Adventures. The Gerudo seemingly disappeared, but several hundred years after Twilight Princess, they mended their ties with the royal family and and re-established a settlement. In Hyrule Storia, it states, however, one day a new Ganondorf was born into the world. He violated the laws of town, trespassing into an ancient pyramid, and took possession of the Trident. This is the only time the Trident appeared outside the reality of the Downfall timeline. In Tears of the Kingdom, a Trident is depicted in the murals, but Tears of the Kingdom is so far into the future that it doesn't belong to any specific timeline, at least as of now. God, do I hope we get more, cause yeah, you know, give me that shit, Nintendo. I want answers. I digress. Ganon's Trident in Echoes of Wisdom is what caused the quote-unquote Shadow Realm to form underneath Link. And this Trident is purple. The one from A Link to the Past was silver, and the one in A Link Between Worlds is golden. So, could this be a whole new Trident, just like Four Swords Adventures depicting its own backstory to its Trident? On top of that, this is the only Trident that I've found to be two-sided. The Trident symbol is even seen on Ganon's cape, illustrating his respect and loyalty to the sacred weapon. Now, something that has only happened in the Downfall reality, including the Sky era, is the appearance of Impa. She does not show up after Ocarina of Time in the adult nor child era, although Impaz is a presumed descendant in Twilight Princess, but no Impa. Yes, I know she exists in the new Zeldas, but once again, these games are so far into the future, it's uncertain where exactly they connect. But in this trailer, this character must be Impa. She's extremely skilled in combat and even wears the Sheikah eye on her cape. Her appearance gives further credence to this game being in the Downfall timeline. The Sheikah eye symbol is also seen on the walls near Ganon and behind this rock monster, but there is a chance that these eyes are not representing the Sheikah, since this area is presumably Ganon's lair, maybe hinting at the eye of Vaulty. I would flip if the return of Vaulty ever happened. Fun side note, his dark energy was purple, the same color of energy that caused the rifts from Ganon's Trident. Anyway, also on these walls appear to be drawings of the Tri-Rod that Zelda wields, a strikingly similar name to the Trident that Ganon wields. Could they be connected to the Triforce? I'll stop. Another wild occurrence is that there are two types of Zoras in this trailer. They seem to be discussing something. The evil Zora shown on the left only appear in the Downfall timeline besides, once again, Four Swords Adventures. Let's now focus on something baffling for the Downfall timeline: the return of the Deku Tree. The Deku Tree only has lived in the adult era, aka the Deku Tree sprout that formed once Link conquered the Forest Temple as an adult, saving the Kokiri Forest. In the child era, we see its dead corpse act as the Forest Temple. In the Downfall timeline, it's quite a mystery. In theory, if Link did in fact fall in the final battle against Ganondorf, like Nintendo claims, to set up the Downfall timeline, that would mean that he did complete the Forest Temple and he did trigger the Deku Tree sprout to form. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but the Deku Tree has simply not yet appeared in this Downfall era. Until now? One more fascinating note is the font that is used in the title. A commentator brought this to my attention, that the ruined font from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is still being used. Funny enough, this intro is literally the polar opposite of Tears of the Kingdom's intro. Instead of Zelda falling into a different plane of existence, Link does. But why the hell would the fonts be so similar if Echoes of Wisdom must take place in the Downfall timeline? Is it Nintendo being lazy, or is there an underlying meaning? My gut is telling me that the answer is rather simple, that they just like to use a specific font for each era of Zelda games. The Link's Awakening remake released in 2019, between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and that too had the same exact font style. But then again, there is a high chance that Echoes of Wisdom is a direct sequel to Link's Awakening. Another example of this is that the Link Between Worlds title screen shares the same font as Skyward Swords, and that released just 2 years after Skyward Sword. Anyway, to give more weight to the Link to the Past and Downfall timeline connections, Anuma even wore a Link to the Past shirt in the gameplay demonstration. The Link's Awakening remake released almost exactly 5 years to the day to Echoes of Wisdom's upcoming release. Grezzo tends to have a Zelda game ready every 4 to 5 years, with Ocarina 3D in 2011, Majora 3D in 2015, and Link's Awakening in 2019. I'm assuming Echoes of Wisdom must have also been developed by Grezzo. Samara2323 on Reddit states, "Remember how Mercury Steam remade Metroid 2 Return of Samus and did so well that Nintendo allowed them to use the same style to make an original game in Metroid Dread. I bet that's what they did here with Grezzo and Echoes of Wisdom. Link's Awakening did well and was good, so Nintendo let them use the same style to make a new original 2D Zelda game. Grezzo also co-developed Triforce Heroes in 2015. So obviously this was the fanboy in me over speculating into all the little things that, quite frankly, Nintendo unfortunately doesn't give a shit about anymore. As of late, they seem to want to completely disregard the Zelda timeline, which I don't blame them for. It unchains their creativity without any boundaries. But I am excited for Tears of the Kingdom's Masterworks release in August. Let me know your theories for Echoes of Wisdom below. By the way, I am on the cusp of finally beating Tears of the Kingdom, so more lore and timeline content planned for the very near future. I cannot wait to sink into Echoes of Wisdom as well. So much awesome potential with this game. I didn't even mention how people are speculating that Link might be playable towards the end. That'd be wild and I'm all for it. And well, until next time, I hope you all stay hyped. Peace! Bro, so you're telling me that you can summon Scorchulas at will? Shit, I'm about to walk around like I'm Queen Goma in this bit. You get a spider, you get a spider, you get a spider, you get a spider.
Those rocks
Gorons, yes. Okay, that's kind of awesome. It's so cute. Yo, the carrot's huge. The carrot's as big as the horse. What the hell? Oh my god, that's actually fire. What? Tasty.